right, we are live. We're live. Hi. Sorry, I mean it is midnight. Um, I didn't mean to keep you all waiting. I was in Diversity in Comics stream, watching him celebrate the wonderfulness of what he's at like $76,000 right now in his Indiegogo. Uh, yeah, that's pretty damn great. Pretty damn great, and I'm very very proud. I'm very proud of this community. Really am. This is the thing. We can get the comics that we want. We can get the comics that we want, and you guys are doing it. Absolutely doing it. Hi, let's see who's all here. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. It looks like you guys were waiting for me for a little while. Comics Legend says, EVS, will you be selling your original artwork for your new Cyberfolk series? Some of it. Oh, I got so much Green Lantern artwork that I got to put up on eBay. Um, I'm finished. I'm officially finished at DC. I finished my last page. I mean, just now, like, boom, there it is. Just finished. I'm so excited. And it's like I just kind of sat down and started drawing Cyberpunk. I was like, I couldn't wait anymore. I just couldn't wait. And on top of that, Rushing Duckling says, do you ever sleep? I get like 5 hours, usually from like 6 o'clock to like 11 in the morning. That's when I sleep. All right, let's see what's going on. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming here. I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I love that you guys came here. Aposty Maddox says Jawbreaker's success is a good sign for Cyberpunk. It's a good sign for comics. I hope Cyberpunk does half as well as that. I really do. Um, let's see. Chris Clark says, "Hey Ethan, what's going on?" All right, what's going on is I just watched Rogue One for the first time. I just saw it all the way through. We'll talk about that in a second. Savoy Stylo says, "Where can I find all Cyberpunk comics? I need to get caught up for the new series." Savoy, I mean, at comic book stores. I don't have a trade paperback yet. I hope to. There isn't one right now. You won't need it to be caught up. You can just get into Cyberfrog with the new series. I think I'm gonna do. I'm talking with my wife about this. I think I want to do a big like between 48 and 100 page like graphic novel to start with. I think that's what I want to do right out of the gate. It's going to depend on the success of the Indiegogo, and I think it's going to be Indiegogo. I think we kind of decided to do that. Um, yeah, so you'll be able. It'll kind of catch you up, and not only that, a lot of what happened in the old series kind of. I wasn't a very good storyteller, so if you want to look at that old stuff just for the sake of history or amusement or I mean you can do that, but it's just not very good. So yeah, enjoy that. Isaac Tacconi says, "Whatever happened to Rainbow Brute?" Um, yeah, I mean, listen, Rainbow Brute is in my back pocket. I do want to do a Rainbow Brute one shot at some point, and we're trying to figure out how to do this, guys. I mean, we're crowdfunding and building what might become something bigger than we thought it would be. Um, Kubu Troll says, "Wait, you're done at DC?" Yes, I'm done at DC. Done, finished. Well, for now. I'll come back later. I want to do. I really, guys. I really think the place to be right now is, independent. Comics aren't selling very well. Mainstream comics aren't really selling very well, and it's precarious to sort of attach yourself to mainstream comic book companies. And not only that, again, I mean, it's like I've talked about this with you guys before, and I'm under major siege with these crazy left wingers. If you're a crazy left winger and a fan, I apologize, but I am, and I have to watch what I say all the time, or I'd like to just kind of be myself and not have to worry about any company, um, watching what I say. Um, Good night, Johnny Jam Boogie. Um, let's see. Ba 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 ba. I scroll down, scroll down. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind. Uh, yeah. Cyberfrog's rival, Robo Rabbit. Great idea, Veronica's Touch. Uh, all right. So what is everyone saying? Yeah, really about Cyberfrog and North mythology. um, thanks. Okay, yeah. Uh, yeah, Cassie Glass says, truth be told, I got run out of teaching for being a conservative. That's creepy. Um, yeah. I'm sad that you're leaving now. Well, you know what? Look, here's the thing, guys. We can always go back. We can always go back to DC later. Let's try this. All right. I've been at DC doing comics for them for 20 years. I'm now looking at T-shirts. So, first line of T-shirts. Found a T-shirt company. I need to have merch. I think. I'm the only channel. I don't think Zach's got any merch yet. I'm gonna have merch. I'm going to have T-shirts of Rainbow Brute. I'm doing a T-shirt of my girthy stallion. It's gonna be like my girthy stallion crushes your little pony, and it's gonna be this badass shot of Waking Nightmare crushing a little My Little Pony, and a Rainbow Brute T-shirt. I'm gonna have a T-shirt about Ryan Johnson's perfectly circular head, and I don't know, maybe a Cyberfrog shirt. We will see. Yeah, Cyberfrog merch, a Rainbow Brute. Yeah. All right. Now I can start drawing again. It is. It's hard to choose between me and Zach. I gave him some time though. I was in his chat for a little while, you know, participating and trying to pump up his Indiegogo, which was bordering on 75,000. I mean, that was where he was trying to get, and I was there when it hit and surpassed 75,000. It's now at 76, I think, when I left. So, I mean, that's so cool. It's just, it really is great. And I hope he doesn't overpromise. I'm watching what he's doing. I'm like, you don't have to do more books. Slow down, buddy. Just, save some of this money that you're making. Panama Mac, how often do you get down to Philly? Uh, Dude, I'm 5 minutes away from Philly. I'm right over the bridge, so I get to Philly pretty often, if there's a good reason. Jeremy Lott says, would you prefer a Cyberfrog statue or toy? I think a toy, and we'll do it all though. We really will do it all. Look at this. This dude is a toy. You have to, you have to give it up. I mean, I think he was designed and made for a toy line. Oh, I'm like giddy right now. Oh, by the way, Chris Clark, thank you. So this is the super chat. I've been binging EVS. Chris Clark, thank you so much for the donation. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you're binging my videos. The Pewee says, darn, it won't let me go under $1.99. What? Well, it won't? You should be able to give whatever you want, but I appreciate both of the super chats. All that money goes to diapers. Pretty soon it's going to be going towards making t-shirts, I think. T-shirts and posters. I mean, this is all stuff that we get to do now. It's like officially free. I can do posters. My wife spent the whole day like on the computer pricing things out, finding warehouses, finding guys who do t-shirts. Like our t-shirts are going to be really good. I don't want like Hanes t-shirts. I want my artwork to be on like Calvin Klein, like really soft t-shirts, and still sell them at a reasonable price. I want quality clothing. Yeah, Cyberpunk diapers, great idea. We could do a Rose Tico shirt. Wild Delinquent says, when will you do a super chat with Nurkish? Not on the High Council, but his super chat. LOL, are you afraid? No, I'm not afraid. Anytime he wanted me to go on, I would. Yeah, I really, Nurkish is a clown, but I do. He does make me laugh, and then feel bad that I'm laughing. I think that's the effect that he has on everyone. You guys want me to go on Nurkish? I think he's funnier when he is being tormented by Cecil. Honestly, when he did the High Council last week, and we're going to do another High Council with the two of them on Tuesday. I think it'll be an every Tuesday evening kind of thing. But when he was in there being tormented by Cecil, that was the funniest I think he's ever been, and the funniest that Cecil's ever been. David Gagnon says, could you imagine joining Cyberfrog for as many issues as Eric Larson has Savage Dragon? That would be the dream. That would be the dream. But you know, I'm taking it one day at a time, one project at a time. I'm gonna put up a very humble Indiegogo, and I'm gonna see what you guys do, how well it raises, and respond accordingly. I'm not going to overpromise like I think Zach is. I mean, he's, I don't know about all this like, hey, I'm going to do a whole other comic book. It's just save the money. It's like put out another comic book, solicit it, use that money to put out a series, rather than give things away as bonuses. It just seems like counterproductive. So, whatever we raise, we'll be very frugal with. We're going to make sure that all of um, our gifts, all the things that we create for tier levels, meet everyone's expectations. They're going to be great art, great coloring. We're going to have t-shirts, like I said. I think t-shirts are going to be one of the tier level things. I'm going to sign every copy. So if you order a copy through the Indiegogo, you are going to get an autographed copy. I'm also going to offer a limited number of sketched copies. So I don't know, maybe 100 of them. There'll be like Cyberfrog head sketches on them. So I mean, there'll be all kinds of different things that you can get, but I don't want to, I want to do this with an eye to continuing it. Basically, be able to do an entire long story of Cyberfrog. My, I think like my role model is Robert Kirkman and The Walking Dead. I mean, that book is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. But I mean, again, I would listen to you guys, and we'll see what you guys say. Um, Whatever kinds of ideas that you have. Jeremy Lott says, why is Indiegogo better than Kickstarter? Um, okay, so Indiegogo, the way I understand it is this. Indiegogo says, look, if your goal isn't met, you owe us money. Kickstarter doesn't do that. Kickstarter, if your goal isn't met, you just walk away, and that it's over. The difference though is Indiegogo charges a smaller fee. So I think Indiegogo wants 5% as a fee, and Kickstarter wants 6 or 7% as a fee. So it's cheaper to go with Indiegogo, but Kickstarter has better advertising or some nonsense like that. Look, our YouTube channels are the advertising. Our Twitter is the advertising. Our community is advertising itself. So I'm not really so concerned about that. I would rather save the 1% and do it with Indiegogo. I just think that's the wiser use of your money, because that's what this is. Feel cool. Thank you for the super chat. Diaper money in exchange for a dancing cyberfrog clip without cusses for my kids. Isn't there one? Yeah. What do you want me to do? I thought I'll put, you know what, on my next video I will run the Cyberfrog dancing clip again. Absolutely. You know. It's all Cyberfrog now. I can't even believe it. And don't like I said. I mean, those of you who are looking for Rainbow Brute, he's not going away. I mean, Rainbow Brute will definitely have his book. I've told you guys already that this is kind of one of those things that you don't really share, but I'll do it anyway because it's so like unlikely that I'm gonna get away with this that I might as well just share it. But I did go to the comic book company that just picked up the rights to Rainbow Bright, and I did ask them. I put in a bid. I put in a pitch for Rainbow Brute to be in Rainbow Bright, and to totally do Rainbow Bright my way. And I mean, look, Hallmark, or I think Hallmark owns it, and they basically get to choose the creative team. I'm sure they're gonna say no to my idea, but at least I tried. I mean, I'll put my money where my mouth is. If they say, yeah, you can have Rainbow Bright, I would do it. I would definitely do it. Jellyfish Sandwiches, gotta go to bed, EVS. Really happy you're free to do your own thing, though. Looking forward to following this phase in your career. Cheers and God bless. Thank you so much, Jellyfish Sandwich. How much time does it take to make one page? Asks Kev A. A day, maybe a day and a half. I mean, it really depends. Um, you know, I'm working on the first 10 pages of this are going to be epic. Absolutely epic. It's the first 10 pages of the Cyberfrog story is called 1998, and it is, yeah, it's going to be my best work. Absolutely my best work. And I haven't gotten to do that in a while. I've been so busy trying to meet monthly deadlines, and monthly deadlines are not conducive to good artwork, at least not for me. Um, Hallmark actually owns Rainbow Bright Nerf Clax. They created Rainbow Bright for greeting cards, and then it became, it's like Care Bears. Care Bears was for greeting cards, and it eventually became a toy line and a cartoon. Um, Ryan Lady Gaga says, "Can Cyberfrog produce robo tadpoles? And can he do that one thing frogs do where they break their finger bones and shove it out their hands?" Whew, I hope not. I hope not to either of those. Chris in Oregon suggests Cyberfrog chewable vitamins. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for stuff like that. Oh, so okay. I'm like I'm so pumped up from having just seen Rogue One. Uh, Last Jedi was such a terrible movie that I really felt like my love of Star Wars was dead. I mean, it was a terrible, terrible movie. Rogue One, uh, Rogue One was perfect. Rogue One may be my third. It might be. Yeah, it might be my third favorite Star Wars movie. Uh, I don't know. What did you guys think of it? I watched it and I was delighted with it. Absolutely delighted. Matt77, thanks for the super chat. That goes to Diapers for Ava, so I appreciate it. Um, Redraw the Last Jedi characters, Rose and Luke. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that we're going to do on this channel now. Okay, so don't worry about it. This channel is going back to drawing. I will never stop talking about Star Wars. And the reason why is because I think it's funny and I can make funny videos about Star Wars. Can't really make too many funny instructional drawing videos. They're a little bit dry and they're not for everyone. And I do want this channel to appeal to more people. At the same time, this channel needs to be instructional and regard its original intention, which is to bring people closer to comics. And now, the great thing is that now that I'm independent, you guys will be watching me create Cyberfrog and Rainbow Brute, design T-shirts. You're gonna actually get inside the making of a comic book if you belong to this channel. If you stay subscribed, if you visit, you're gonna see all these things, and it's your comic book as much as it is mine. You guys are going to contribute to the Indiegogo, I hope, and support it, and then watch it become a comic book. Real time. I mean, real time. So this is going to be a neat experiment. I think that this is the way to do comics in this day and age, to invite people in. So what you're suggesting, redrawing Last Jedi characters, Rose and Luke, yes. I've got to, well, what I'll do is I'll do things like that, and just to afford it, I'll put them up on eBay. So if you guys ask me to draw things like Darth Vader that people are actually going to want to buy, I'm more likely to do those drawings live and then put them on eBay, and that way my wife won't say, "Hey, you're not making money." Um, James Dietrich, thanks for the super chat. Love the JBP. That's Jordan B. Peterson book. Do a 12 rules for superhero series. Um, okay, that's a good idea. Uh, about that, I got an email from Dr. Peterson today that is pretty exciting. You'll more details about that soon. The Pee-wee, thank you for the big super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. You've hooked me with the Star Wars videos, man. The drawing videos are outstanding. Not really a comic book guy, but my daughter and I are really looking forward to Cyberfrog. Slowly getting interested. Thank you, the Pee-wee. Yeah, join us in this. Cyberfrog is gonna be, um, it's gonna well, it's gonna be a good experiment in the actual creation of comic books and bringing fans closer to comics. I think just like Jawbreakers is, but even more so, because Zach is just talking about writing and funding a comic book. You're gonna see me actually create one, and I will try to make videos. I'm gonna have to put up like 3 videos a day, Star Wars and drawing and portfolio reviews. But you're going to see me actually interact with other creators, colorists, letterers, etc., and you're going to see how this gets done. So thank you for the super chat too. That's a whole box of diapers. Thank you, Edwin Boyette. Hi, great to see you. Uh, I suggest a Cyber Frogger video game with a nod to the arcade classic. Yes, please. If anyone knows how to do that, that would make my day because I absolutely love Frogger. I have the arcade somewhere here. What, like a little mini arcade. So Frogger is cool. I'm a like an old school gamer. Um, Army Vet Rod Patreon video says, "Can you draw a sexy Kelly Mary Tico?" Um, yeah. I mean, I might. I might. That's the kind of thing that I have to take under advisement. Like, yeah, if I do that, can I sell it? Is it worth it? I still have a family to feed. I still have to raise money. So, that's an important consideration. Sabrav, thank you for the super chat. Do you remember a print of Cyberfrog ripping the heart out of a guy who was censored at the top? Just bought a signed one from Nathan Zerdsey collection. Yeah, okay, so that was the Cyberfrog censored page. And what that was, let me see if I have one here. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, so here it is. This was actually a rarity, and it was a gimmick that Harris Comics thought of. Okay, yeah, there it is. So it's a gimmick that Harris Comics thought of. If you bought issue number 1 and you bought the certain issue of Wizard magazine, you get these 2 coupons. You can mail them in, and you get this little miniature print, a black and white print, and it's kind of card stocky. It's nice. Of a page that was allegedly cut from Cyberfrog number 1. Was it really cut from Cyberfrog number 1? Absolutely not. It was just something I had to actually draw as part of the gimmick. You can see that I signed this in 1996. I don't know if you could see that. But yeah, my wife found this and was like, oh my gosh, she had to buy one of these from eBay too for our kind of archive. If I do a big giant trade paperback collection, we would have to include this. That would be important. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Really, just grotesque. Cyberfrog used to be really gross and, kill people and rip out their guts. Red Him says, you missed my first super chat. I didn't mean to. So more piano tar money. Oh, okay. Thanks. Oh, that's right. You want me to buy a keyboard guitar thing. That would be nice. I would do that. People want me to team up. A lot of people are saying do a Jawbreaker Cyberfrog crossover. That is the thing. Here's the thing, by the way. Whenever that gets brought up, Zach is like, well, why? My Jawbreakers would kick Cyberfrog's ass. First of all, like, why would they be fighting? Like, they're kind of on the same side. Hopefully, we would create a villain that they could fight together. So I don't really know why he thinks they'd have to fight. Second of all, Cyberfrog would whip all their asses. Like, he doesn't understand. Like, Cyberfrog is essentially Spider-Man with, like, alien guns. I mean, it's not even a question. His guys would get their asses kicked upside down by Cyberfrog. And it would be embarrassing, too, because Cyberfrog is a little guy. I mean, he's only, like, 5 feet tall. But yeah, he would beat all of the Jawbreakers' asses, and I know he doesn't like that. He gets really like angry about it, but it's just true. Yeah, yeah. No time for this. Says Rogue One was awesome. Glad you broke down and watched it. Way better than the extended trilogy. Somehow they didn't let it get SJW'd out. I noticed that too. I was so first of all, obviously, like the stuff at the end and seeing Darth Vader, that was candy. I mean, that was really really great. But beyond that, the war that felt like Saving Private Ryan, they didn't have a lot of female soldiers out there. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like women in command yelling at the men. That's an SJW kind of trope. It was all men out there, and I think there was one female pilot who got her ship blown up, and then of course the main character was female, but she wasn't a Mary Sue. She just, I don't know, she wasn't a force user necessarily. She just did her best. Uh, Brave. And I really liked it. I liked everything about the movie. I didn't think I would. I was like, oh God, all right, let's do it. I was I, I came away from it, and by the way, and the theme song played so loud at the end of the closing credits, and my heart like skipped a beat. And I love Star Wars again. I love Star Wars again. Thanks to that. I mean, I don't know if you guys feel the same way or not, but boy, was that cool. And it just made me want to. And by the way, Princess Leia looked okay at the end. She looked good at first, like the first like 5 seconds. When she smiled, it was a little wacky. She didn't need to smile. She wasn't excited. Like in A New Hope, she wasn't excited about getting the plans. She was desperate about getting the plans and conveying the plans. So she seemed a little bit smug and self satisfied when she received the plans for the Death Star, and I disagreed with that. I would have liked her to look a little bit more stern, a little bit more serious, and say, "Yeah, this is a new hope." You know. Sabrov says, "I missed your super chat." I don't feel like I did. Did I? I'm scrolling backwards here. Yeah, no, Sabrov, I did. I answered your super chat about the censored page. Maybe I'm just going slow. Um, Rebirth Mortal says Cyberfrog comes out next month, right? 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks. I want to get it up there for Star Wars Day. That's my goal now. May the 4th. Let's get the Cyberfrog Kickstarter up there for May the 4th, and that is the same week as Free Comic Book Day. So I will go somewhere and promote it. Um, James Fry wants to know when he can download the Butter song on iTunes. I actually took that video down. I looked at it and I like listened to it, and it sounded really bad. The piano sounded distorted, at least through my headphones. It sounded like garbage, so I just took it down. I don't know if I'll ever record anything like that, but Highest Heights says, "What's Cyberfrog's origin?" So here's the Cyberfrog story. There's a planet, and on this planet, they've achieved perfect peace. Uh, the way that they're born, the way that that alien species kind of grows and develops is they're just kind of a liquid initially in fetal form that interacts with their two parents, combines those two parents into one new being, and that becomes their child. So they don't actually take on the characteristics of their parents until they're born, and so they have this plan. The rest of the universe is in turmoil. There are certain problem planets out there. If we just send them fetuses in these spacecrafts, these living robotic spacecrafts, um, and send these kind of shuttles out. It's kind of like the Superman origin. Send these shuttles out all to all these different planets. Then basically maybe we'll achieve peace because each one of these planets will have their own superhero, their own perfect being that will solve. I don't know. Will become a savior to that planet. So they sent all these things out, different planets. It works pretty well because when the spacecraft lands, the little fetal ooze kind of comes out, meets a person from that planet, and then combines with the spacecraft, becomes a robotic superhero version, a hero for the planet. Well, the one that went to Earth landed in a swamp and interacted with a frog instead of a human being. So Cyberfrog was actually meant to be this kind of like knight in shining armor human, but he ended up being Cyberfrog instead. So he's kind of this accidental mistake. And the planet that sent him was going to eventually send someone to come and eliminate him and try to do this over again. But I never got to that storyline. So that's where Cyberfrog comes from. And he was sent to Earth to basically, especially to Earth, because of an incoming invasion that was going to happen. And he needed to be there to guard and protect the planet when it did happen. And that is going to be Blood Honey. Is Cyberfrog the fifth Battletoad? He would beat the Battletoads' asses too. No question about it. Yeah. Vile Delinquent says, please put Heather on Cyberfrog's arm here. It would look fantastic here. Not here. This is just going to be Cyberfrog. I'm doing a trailer for the Indiegogo, which is just going to be made up of it's going to be made up of I think 6 images and then a piece of music. And one of those images will be Cyberfrog seeing Heather again for the first time. And it's just it should, if it works, it should be kind of tear inducing, the trailer. Um, Nerf Clack says, so who's getting the drawing you're working on now? This is going to be a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt design. So there's going to be no background. I just want a singular, exciting image of Cyberfrog that's going to be colored up, and it's going to be, this will be with the logo on a black t-shirt, I think. Maybe with a line of dialogue. I'm not sure yet. Yeah. Hey, Master 13, how are you? Swirler James Davies says, will you have a character villain like Colonel Sanders type, similar to the guy from the original Muppets, and he wants to cook Cyberfrog's legs? His legs don't look very tasty to me. I don't know. Yeah. Cassie Glass says, oh, Surplus says, why is Cyberfrog emo? He looks like a basement dweller, just wondering. You know what? He's happy most of the time, but when he's got to fight big bugs, he's kind of mean. He's tough. Cassie Glass says, are there rules for what you and other freelance artists can draw for paid commissions? Can the characters come from any company? Anyone can answer this. Cassie Glass, I can draw anything I want. If you ask me to draw Darth Vader, I can draw that and sell it to you, or Spider-Man, or Batman. For one-off drawings, there is no copyright restrictions there. It's a piece of art that I did. As long as I don't do multiple prints of it and sell those, it's legal. Panama Max says Rogue One restores your faith in the original trilogy. Yes, it does. Yeah. Rabid Mutant Studios, thanks for the super chat. I liked Rogue One also. The Darth Vader scenes were epic. Damn, were they ever. Oh my god, was that good. It was just so good. The whole time I was watching that, I was thinking, like, what would happen if we could take this movie back to 1978? And this could have been this, like, we could have shown this to the people who had seen A New Hope the year before and said, this is kind of a prequel to, episode 4. What do you guys think? They would have flipped out in 1978 to see that movie. They would have flipped out, I'm sure of it. It'd be so cool. Yeah. Jesse N, thanks for the super chat. Switching to Uncle Ethan from DNC. What are you gonna do with all those Rose Ticos? I don't know yet. I'm gonna give them away. I just don't know when or how. I'll find a good reason to do it and give them to you guys. Maybe sign them. Comics Legend says I'm getting so excited for Cyberfrog. Me too, dude. I'm so excited. I'm like teary about it. I mean, this is like there's so many times where I re-signed with DC. Like I thought about doing Cyberfrog and I just got scared and I just re-signed with DC. And it's been 20 years of that. This is just the right time, and I'm so glad. Like this is why I'm doing it. I have my YouTube channel. I have my Twitter. My YouTube channel is growing. I'm part of this community with diversity in comics and others. By the way, you're going to find out about other artists who are going to be joining us. Now's the right time to do this. I can do this. I can promote it through my YouTube, and I believe it'll work. TamN541, thank you for the super chat. Diaper Fund got at least $25 when Cyberpro comes out. Thank you very much. That'll be a big tier, $25. I think. I'm not sure yet. I think I'll probably imitate Diversity in Comics, except I'll have two bigger tiers that'll involve original art and sketches. But I want all the books to be signed. So if you were to buy, I think like a $50, the $50 tier will be the book, and it'll be signed, and you'll get a poster or something like that. I don't know. Maybe a T-shirt. Panama Max says, will Cyberfrog interact with Bill Clinton in the comics? Yes. Yes. He will. I mean, think about this. Like, if the world ends in 1998, and the government kind of closes, there's not another election. Bill Clinton is technically president of the United States in 2018 in Cyberfrog's world. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Yeah. Media Dump 423 says, where and how do I get the signed book of Cyberfrog? Media Dump, thanks for asking. I'm going to put up the Indiegogo. I'm saying right now it's going to be May the 4th. I'm going to get that Indiegogo up. And you'll be able to pledge, I think maybe $25, $50. One of those two tiers you'll be able to get the signed Cyberfrog trade paperback. And thank you for your support. I'll be grateful to you. Thank you. Um, B Catalog Records and Films says, wait, is Cyberfrog a ROM Space Knight? That'd be kind of cool if those two met. Um, is Cyberfrog so Cyberfrog is a Marvel character? No, no, no. Cyberfrog versus Earthworm Jim, in your opinion? I would like to actually see that happen. We could make that happen, I think. You know, yeah, I'm friends with the creator of Earthworm Jim, of course, another conservative. So we could make that happen. Bob Delinquent says, advice please. About how long would it take to produce a comic of about 80 to 100 pages, most likely black and white? I don't know. That depends on you or your work schedule and how quickly you could do it. For me, doing this book, if it's the way I want it to be, say it's like between 48 and 100 pages, this is going to take 4 months for me to draw, 4 to 6 months. And I'm going to pour my heart out into it because it's all for me. Like, I'm not trying to meet a deadline. The only person I'm trying to impress is myself and you. And, I'll already have been paid for it. It's gonna be a masterpiece. It's gonna be my Sergeant Pepper. What would happen if I licked Cyberfrog? He'd punch you. Wildcard Production says, if you had to change this one part of the Cyberfrog lore for the modern era, what would it be? Well, I'm doing it. I mean, so if you go back and read the old Cyberfrog stuff, it's not going to make much sense with what's going to happen in Blood Honey. Yeah, it is. It's hard to get an artist. I know, Nasser. Keep trying. Keep trying. Cyberfrog is an illegal alien. Absolutely. You know. So I don't know. Deport him, but to where? Deport him back to his planet. Mark Ganinsky says, when will be able to buy Green Lantern art on eBay? Tomorrow. I'll get it up there. I need to get it up there. So because I don't like artwork to sit around too long after the book's been out. Oh, this week I have a cover. Green Lantern number 43 comes out. Let me see if I have a copy of that here. I don't know if I do. Anyway, Green Lantern number 43 comes out with my cover on it on Wednesday. So I'll be selling that cover art. That'll be a good excuse. That'll be a good reason to get all the art up there this week. Yeah. Durakin says you won. Zach gave up against your stream. Well, I mean, look, I let him go for a little while. An hour, I think, is bro code. Wow, we have 588 people in here. So that's pretty good. He had more, though. I think he had like 700 and something. Could Cyberfrog take a Green Lantern? No, absolutely not. A Green Lantern would rock Cyberfrog's day. Cyberfrog isn't overpowered. I mean, he's just tough enough to beat, you know, uh, he's tough enough to beat any human, and he's tough enough to beat like a moderately powered superhero. But an overpowered DC superhero would have a great time beating Cyberfrog's ass. Um, but Cyberfrog's a tough guy. I mean, he's real tough. He would try his best. CMYK Comics says, wait a minute, did Ethan like Rogue One? Loved it. Loved it. I don't know if I should do a video about it. Like, should I do a positive video about Star Wars? Who wants to see that? Oh, Eliza Ariel, thank you for the super chat. I honestly love how shiny your first Cyberfrog cover is. I used to draw little comics all the time. Thank you for inspiring me to give it a go again. Elisa, thank you for the super chat again, and thank you for the compliments. Yeah, Cyberfrog is fun to look at. One of the things that I really like is the reflective surfaces. The globes on his shoulders are mirrors. I mean, so you'll be able to see like the reflection of his head or whoever's in front of him in the reflective surfaces of his shoulders. So that's kind of fun to do. Yeah. Unique Flowbot says you could build a rose wall, carbonate the crap out of them. I would like to actually, if I were gonna keep them, I think it would be funny. Okay, so I'm gonna have a recording studio because I'm gonna get not a recording studio, a broadcast studio kind of thing, that looks better. And I'd be funny to have a wall of Rose Ticos behind me. Mordecai Brent says, is Tim Seeley getting a free copy? If he wants one, sure. Are you changing Salamandroid's design? Asked Timothy Witt. Yes, just a little bit. The same way I changed Cyberfrog's design. I'm just going to update him. But I still think he's going to look like a dinosaur. I think he's going to have big, sharp teeth and everything. Um, Hello, Eric Hutfuls. Just got here from Zach Super Chat. Welcome, welcome. Nuclear Sandwich says, if you lick Cyberfrog, do you get high? The comic book, yes, but not the character. Matt77, thank you for the super chat. Does Cyberfrog have an Earth name and a holographic human appearance? Okay. Cyberfrog's Earth name is, let me see if I have a piece of paper to write it down. And it's funny that you should say the human appearance thing. So Cyberfrog's Earth name is Trick, and his last name is Ron. So that is actually, Heather will call him Trick Ron every now and then. It's very Star Wars. It's very Green Lantern, I think. But that is his real name. And I do want to do a scene in this series where we see what he was meant to look like. And I was talking to my wife about this. It's like for the first time, and I never would have done this as a kid on this book. I never would have done this. But what if, like, for a minute, Heather Swain gets to see what he was meant to look like. And what does he look like? I mean, he looks like this incredibly handsome, knight in shining armor superhero. That, that's what's inside of him. That's what he was meant to be. And I would love to draw that. I think that would be really fun. So that'll be a scene in the book. The kind of, what should have been. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so I answered you, Mark. You can buy Green Lantern art on eBay tomorrow. I promise I will put it all up tomorrow. I owe drawings on eBay. I'm gonna get all those done live for videos. We're gonna do videos of drawings, and you'll be able to order commissions again tomorrow as well. I am done. I am effing done at DC. I'm so excited. I finished all my work. Done. I'm out. All right. Jesse M, thanks for the super chat. I have Earthworm Jim complete for my Sega Genesis. Cool. That was a pretty fun game. Very fun. Let me scroll down. Matt Hayes, thank you for the super chat. Sad that I won't get to see your beautiful, I guess, art on a Nightwing story. Well, never say never. I'll go back to DC eventually, I'm sure. I'm gonna be a comic book artist for a long time. Somebody called me lazy about putting my art on eBay. Robert, it'll get up there. I will do it. It is a pain, though. It is definitely a pain. But, my wife, listen, the money is nice, so we want to get that up there. We want to get it done. Pay some bills. Swirler James Davis, thanks for the super chat. Since he was born here, Cyberfrog is a dreamer. He is. He is a dreamer. Jesse M, thank you for the super chat. Cyberfrog versus Lobo in drinking booze. Lobo's bigger. I have to think Cyberfrog might be a bit of a lightweight when it comes to drinking. He's just a skinny little guy. Oh, the Peewee, thank you for another big super chat. Really appreciate your support, my friend. So glad you saw Rogue One. Will there be a tier higher than $50? P.S. Love your chats with World Class Bullshitters. Okay, so yes, they're going to be higher tiers. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have a big, huge tier for people who want a page of the original art. So those will be limited tiers. And I don't know what those are going to be yet, but like a few $100s. You'll be able to get a page of original art from the book. And there'll be another tier just under that for a sketched edition of the book. So you'll be able to buy a copy of the book. There'll be a Cyberfrog head sketch in it. And I don't know what that would be. But it'll be significant. I'm hoping to be able to sell that artwork to raise more money for the book. I want this to be a series first and foremost. I'd like to do a trade and then start an ongoing series. Maybe publish it somewhere. I don't know. And thank you. We're going to be doing another World Class Bullshitters High Council stream on Tuesday at probably 9 or 10 p.m. Doing a positive video on Rogue One shows you aren't just a hater of all Disney Star Wars, says Jay Carmody. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a good idea. I mean, I love Star Wars. I really do. I just hated The Last Jedi. I didn't even really hate The Force Awakens that much. I was just kind of like, oh, this is cheesy. I hated The Last Jedi. But I loved Rogue One. So, it's up in the air. Like, what is a Solo going to be like? Solo might be good. Who knows at this point? Yeah. Stevie Sparks says, you once called Ryan Johnson pie face, and I almost pissed myself. Why not put those circle templates to good use and make pie face a villain for Cyberpunk? Who would know? Pie face is a character from Green Lantern, actually. Um, if you like the round head Ryan Johnson meme, I'm going to be doing t-shirts based on some of the memes on this channel, and that's definitely going to be one of them. So you'll be able to order and wear with pride a round head Ryan Johnson t-shirt. I think it would be a shot from inside of the Millennium Falcon as they all kind of approach Ryan Johnson's perfectly circular head, saying, that's no moon. It's fucking Ryan Johnson's head. So I don't know. EVA unit number 2 from New Zealand, $2 New Zealand, I guess. Any chance of a My Struggle Sinestro book reprint? Um, I don't think so. I thought about combining those two sketchbooks, that and the other one, which was called Manifesto, to do kind of a giant sketchbook. But the artwork is it's from 10 years ago, so I don't know if I'd want to do that or not. It would be kind of funny to put that out again and just be like, you know what, screw this. Here's my struggle again. Um, Barkskin says, I got a Cyberfrog set on eBay, but I don't have reading gloves to enjoy them yet. That might be a meme here on this channel, is reading gloves. I might have to get some reading gloves and we can all, cover up our. Most of you probably have normal thumbs, not mutant toe thumbs. By the way, it hit me today. Like, I really looked at my hands and went, toe thumb. I never saw it. Now I do. Now they look too small. Yeah. Hera. Somebody wants a Hera maybe t-shirt. Taco Twister says your opinion on the Tick and its new Amazon series. I haven't watched it. Is it good? I love the Tick since the comic book, the original comic book, which I bought and thought was so funny. I thought it was so funny. So I'm a big Tick fan. I'll watch the Tick show. Yeah. Hey John Malin, how you doing? Um, James Dietrich says, does he have a frog sense, and what is a frog sense? No, he doesn't have a frog sense. The whole thing about Cyberfrog is that he has the spaceship that brought him to Earth acts as a kind of like central internet navigation system that detects crime, and these are boot thrusters. See these in his feet? I'm going to detail these. These are like rocket engines that propel him, make him able to jump really high. But they turn on automatically and take him to where he needs to be. So if there's some big supervillain doing something bad, the navigation system tells him to go there and brings him there automatically. So he never really has to think about where to go. He never has to look for crime. His purpose is to fight crime. So, the navigation system brings him there. Neil Casimir, is Cyberfrog an alien or a mutated frog like Alex Jones warns us about? He is an alien. He's an alien. Thank you, Marcus Geiger, for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yeah. Alex Jones, though, you gotta listen to what he has to say about frogs. It's worrisome. Mana Ray of Hope 23 says you're getting out. Well, the getting's good. SJW is going to kill DC. I hope not, but I want to do my own thing. I want to do my own thing. And the thing is, on Green Lantern, I wasn't contributing anything. It's like I was just kind of getting these scripts and drawing them, and I wasn't aware of what was going on. So that's not what I want to do. I want to be creative. I want to be involved in constructing stories and making decisions and choices. And that's not something that I can do at this current iteration of DC Comics. So Jesse N says, wait, you said you're done working at DC? Yes, for now. Contract's over. I'm out. I'm doing Cyberfrog and independent work, illustration, things like that, and running this channel, which is profitable. You wouldn't believe it. Well, C1 says, thank you for the super chat. Did Cyberfrog get his superpowers from a kiss from Rose Tico? Absolutely not. I don't think there are superpowers available from a kiss from Rose Tico. I don't think Rose Tico kisses people. I don't get the impression that she's got that kind of thing going on. Elizabeth says it might be cool to combine the two sketchbooks as part of a reward tier for your Indiegogo. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with Cyberfrog though. And then again, if I do that, I'm giving away printed artwork of DC and Marvel characters as a reward for my independent project, because that's what those books are. I mean, they're Marvel and DC characters, so it doesn't seem like it's kosher. It's definitely not legal, and it's not. It's also not kosher. So I won't be doing that. I did think about it, like combining those two books once when I was still working at DC. No, I don't think I would do that now. Who would you choose to direct the Cyberfrog movie? Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson. Just kidding. Jance, thank you for the super chat. Hey Ethan, can I get a shout out for my new business venture? I'm making a delicious and relaxing rosewater infused green tea. We are the Rose Tea Co. Thanks a bunch. Well done. That's great. Uh, who am I rude about? Rose Tico? I'm not rude about Rose Tico at all. I've never said one bad thing about Rose Tico except that she's a terrible character. I don't say that she's ugly or anything like that. She's on the screen. She's nothing. Joblo says, Ethan, do you have thumb toes? That's what people tell me. Yeah. Frank Bullet says Cyberfrog can use his magical tongue on the ladies. I guess so. I don't know. Durham says, I'm telling you, dude, the next sketchbook should be named, actually, it's about ethics in comic book sketching. I came into Gamergate late, and that I was not involved. I was not involved. I came to Comicsgate late, and suddenly I'm like second in the eye of the hurricane with Comicsgate. So, what are you gonna do? I think everybody wanted me to be in Comicsgate really bad. The left in comics did. They were hoping to punish me for voting for Trump. Let's see. Jay Cephas says, "Are you aware that Bendis is coming?" I heard. I heard. Yeah. I should read his first Superman book. I'm sure it's pretty good. Yeah. Swirler James Davis says the new Tick series is fantastic. Okay. Okay. I will definitely watch it. Vile Delinquent says, what? But I thought you created Atrocitus. I did. What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, I'll still be receiving royalties for Atrocitus twice a year. Wildcard Productions. I always want to say Wildcat. Will we be seeing Old Villains return? Because I'd really like to steal Tromadeus because his name is just too cool. Yeah, you know what? Tim Seeley wrote a 5-page Cyberfolk story with Tromadeus in it, and I was like, really? Yeah. So we might see where Tromadeus is now. 20 years after he appeared in a Cyberpunk comic. Yeah, I'm not reading that. You guys, some of your comments are funny but inappropriate. Poor Phyrogenitus, who has great comments. He always leaves good comments in the chat. Says the biggest reward tier is the friends we made along the way, and then he laughs, and then there's a cool emoji. Yeah, that is true, isn't it? I mean, does this not feel like a community? I mean, to me it does. It just feels like everybody knows each other, and we all have similar interests, and everybody is trying to, find comics, find the way they used to love comics, bring that back. Let's see. Triangle Hat says, is he amphibious? Most definitely. And not only that, he needs to stay wet. The thing about frogs is that they drink through their skin, and this is another thing that I'm going to do with Cyberfrog. There's so much of, me like changing him to make him more frog-like than he was in the original series. But Cyberfrog has to stay wet, so I mean he can drink with his mouth, and that's a good thing, like because he's kind of humanoid in that way. But if his skin dries out, he'll die. So he needs to, like, if he's in the desert somewhere, that's it. He's not going to make it. He needs to get rained on, or he needs to find a puddle to go soak himself in. just like a real frog. Frogs, need to sit in puddles. Fanfiction says, Ethan, you have inspired me to make videos on Star Wars and other franchises that have been run into the ground. You were awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Fanfiction, good luck to you all. I'll check out your videos. Uh, you know, Atomic American says, what did you think of the Green Lantern animated show from a few years back? I still want them to continue that. That was great. And that came out at the same time as the movie, which was terrible. Uh, I think I was like really confused. Like, how can they get Green Lantern so right on the cartoon and so terribly wrong in the live action movie? I don't understand. And yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. They did Atrocitus. They did all my characters. They did Saint Walker. Yeah, and I have the statues downstairs in the basement. Tom Bahat says, you came into Gamergate right when Mr. Medicare left it. Yeah. I got to meet Mr. Medicare. I was in a stream with him, which was really nice. He's an amazingly bright person and sharp, and I wouldn't want to be on his bad side at all. Yeah. It's pretty cool. But I missed Comicsgate. I think somebody explained to me what the issue was, and I was like, ooh, God, I'm glad I wasn't involved in that. I don't play video games that much anyway. Doomed, huh? Thank you for the super chat. It says, hi, yes, I'm a big fan. Welcome. This is the first time I've seen you. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, I hope you stick around. Indie Dave Comics says, did DC give you a copy of Action Comics number 1000? No, DC stopped giving out comp boxes of floppies, and instead they gave people code names or like codes so that they could get on the digital like Comixology, so you could download whatever you wanted. They figured that would save money, and surely it does. I never paid any attention. I don't remember what my code was, and it might be in my email somewhere. I don't know. Never signed up for the program, so I don't download digital comics. Sanchez Knight says, any plans on coming to Chicago for a con? Yeah, definitely. I mean, here's the thing. I was gonna stay home, and not do very much convention traveling because of Ava's young age. Oh, I got ink there. I gotta clean that up. But when you're promoting a new comic book, an indie comic, you really do need to travel and do conventions. So it looks like we're going to be doing that. I'll come to Chicago. I'll definitely come to Chicago. I don't know where. Maybe next year. I'll do C2E2 or something. Wizard World Chicago, something. Yeah. Comic sex cult. Let's get one going. Absolutely. Adolf says, I want to do illustration, but I'll have to do 2 jobs. Well, some people have to do that, yeah. Alan wants to know if he can absorb KFC gravy through his skin. You bet he can. He loves KFC. So do I. That's my favorite fast food. And everybody thinks it's disgusting. I love Kentucky Fried Chicken. I love it. I would eat Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, I can't eat it every day. I would if I could. I'd never get tired of it. Miguel Mora says, Gamergate fell the moment they allowed people to manipulate the narrative in the media, though. Thankfully, that isn't happening with Comicsgate. They're trying to get us with Comicsgate. Comicsgate really is like, oh, these people are just harassing women and trans. I can't remember harassing one woman or one trans person. Quite the contrary. Like, I'm supportive of everyone being in comics. I just... my biggest issue and the thing that got me into, I guess, what Comicsgate is the way artists and pros and writers are treating the fans. I feel like it's so true that, 2 things. SJW comics have to go. It's not about who's doing them, it's about the content of the comics. The idea of forcing diversity into these books and then doing it badly is killing comics. If you're going to force diversity, if you're going to say, look, I want to take Iron Man and replace Iron Man with an African American teenage girl, I mean, you're being funny by doing that. You're definitely trolling. It better be good. It better be great, and she better be such an interesting character. If you're not going to do it right, you're going to kill Iron Man. You're going to kill the franchise. Um, so I'm against that. The other thing I'm against is just the way I saw people being treated on social media, and I realized that I was doing the same thing. And I was using my Facebook social media to talk politics with my friends. It was just nothing but banter all the time, nothing but banner and you know political banner, and it drove people away. People who don't agree with you don't want to know about your politics. They just want to know about your comics, and that's why they know who you are. So it's like the people who are fans of mine know me from my comics or from my Star Wars videos. They don't care. Like they don't care that I voted for Trump. They don't care. And if they did care, some of them would care in a negative way. I don't want that. I want you guys to read my comics. So that kind of changed my life. Like really thinking about, having that attitude adjustment that we need to be more focused and friendly with the fan community, more involved in self promotion rather than, just kind of pushing people away with diversive issues. Um, Changed my life. That's how I got into Comicsgate. As for letting women draw write comics, encouraging women to work in this business, trans, gays, I'm all for that. Bring them in. Just do good work. You know, so that's the thing. And then I started seeing these articles about Comicsgate that were like, these people just hate women and gays. It's like I don't. That's not my at all. At all. Love women, and I want everybody to work in comics. Feel cool. Thank you for the super chat. Cyberfrog in desert digs deep hole in the ground to find water, sits in it, breaks fourth wall, and looks at reader. Don't ask. He could do that too. He could definitely do that. Um, Dick McJackass, great name, says you sound like a serial killer filming his manifesto when you do these vids. It's the coolest heckin' thing. I've never heard heckin' before. Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't mean to sound like a serial killer. Everyone says that I sound like Owen Wilson, or I sound like what's the other dude? Shoot, I can't remember. Other actor. Yeah, John Malkovich. I didn't know I sounded like John Malkovich, but then I looked him up on YouTube, and yeah, I do. He sounds exactly like me with a California accent, and I've got my Jersey accent. So, um, let's see, two of them here. Iwazaru. Cyberfrog is my favorite character in existence. Just the thought that his existence gives literally millions of young Pepe's a hero they can recognize makes me happier than I've been in a long, long time. You forgot the in a long, long time part. Good. Ten Bones, what are your thoughts on Jim Shooter in his era as Marvel's EIC? I think he was very good. He was a disliked man at the time, but I think he ran a tight ship and he did a great job. Miguel Morrow says, and let's not forget making classic characters utterly a-holes to make the new ones look good. They literally wrote Thor as almost a rapist to make Jane look good in Legacy. Yeah, that's you have to degrade these heroes that people really do care about in order to make your new kind of fake SJW character look better. This is the thing. This is a real thing that's going on in comics, and the fans notice it. I notice it. It's going on in Star Wars right now. It's like, well, why do you? People saying, why do you say Star Wars is SJW? Is it because you don't like women in there? No, bring them in. I guess. I don't know. That's not why it's SJW. It's SJW because Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia have to be run into the ground in order to make Rey and Finn and Poe look like good characters, and they're not good characters. Oh, and Kylo Ren, and they're not good characters. They're not. And you ruined great characters to do it. So Daniel Day says, "I wish I was gay." Well, you can make that wish come true, Daniel, anytime you want. Eggchen6 Demon Bags, thank you for the super chat. Does your wife give input ideas on this adventure? All the time. all the time. Andrea is definitely involved. She's more business oriented than I am, though. So she's better with money, better about making plans, better about sorting things out and researching than I ever could be. So we're a really good team. I don't know if she's very into creative, but maybe. Jay Cephas says, I like your viewpoint on comics. Thanks for making this channel and being positive. I'm gonna hit you up. Oh, hit up your Patreon. Oh, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah, my Patreon guys could definitely use support. I'd appreciate it. Porphyrogenitus says, why would Comic Artist Pro Secrets want to kill cereal? He loves cereal. I do. My favorite cereal is Special K. So I wouldn't want to be a serial killer. Gem Video says, will there be comedy in Cyberfrog? Yeah, yeah, but it's you know it's a little bit scary this time. Like the story's gonna be a little bit scarier than normal. Yeah, everyone's saying John Malkovich. I don't know what Owen Wilson sounds like. I think I look a little like Owen Wilson. Somebody else, and by the way, I felt this too. Ed Sheeran. Like when I was younger, I looked just like Ed Sheeran, just like him. And when I first saw Ed Sheeran's face, I went like it was like looking in a mirror, like from when I was younger. And a couple people told me that again recently that I looked like Ed Sheeran, an old man Ed Sheeran. Uh, Christian Willett Artist says, Ethan, I bought a Copic multi-liner, but the 05 is really light black, almost gray. That is peculiar. You've got a defective one. You got a dud, and that does happen. Yeah. Am I a fan of Jim Norton or Anthony Cumia? I don't know Anthony Cumia. Jim Norton, I just find kind of gross. Like he's so depraved, I don't know. Comic Book Bob says, Ethan, I'm struggling to get my shading down. Any books or techniques that you can suggest to improve? Comic Book Bob, okay, thank you. Listen, we're going to do that here. You don't need a book. I promise you, this channel is going to become effective at helping you learn things like that. And, I think even starting tomorrow, okay? So I'm listening to you guys. Those of you who are donating to my Patreon, I listen to you. Super chats, things like this. You guys support this channel in so many different ways. I want to produce content that actually helps you as well as entertains you. World Explorer, thank you for the super chat. Any books on drawing or anatomy that you recommend? How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Anything by Hogarth. Yeah, Brent Hogarth. Look him up. Marsupial Gamer says, hey EVS, can you please say scariest environment imaginable, please? Okay, was that good? What was that for? Who knows? Yeah. Da, 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 da. Kathleen Kennedy. Don't mind seeing Cyberfrog in animation or TV. Me neither. Bayarn Rad. I hope that happens. Pristine Texas says Evan Von Scriver is best friends with Jordan Peterson, a noted Rose Tico enthusiast and the leader of Comicsgate. That's why he got fired from DC. Bleeding Cool's next article. Yeah, all that is kind of true in the abstract, except for the fired from DC part. None of it's true. It's all equally true. The Peway, thank you for the super chat. Better not be porn. Good night, Rose Van Tico Thumb. Good night. Thank you for your support. Okay, so let's go through this. Best friends with Jordan Peterson? No, not really, but friendly and working with him actively. Noted Rose Tico enthusiast. I do have feelings about Rose Tico that make me buy her toys, apparently. Leader of Comicsgate is definitely diversity in comics. And no, not fired. You can't get fired from DC Comics when you don't work there. I'm just a freelancer. And so I draw comics. You can either, you don't fire someone as a freelancer. Unless you fire them mid-book. That's different. That does happen. James Dietrich, I know you want wider appeal, but watching you create with pencil ain't so bad. Good. Well, I'll do that. I will do that. And then again, all of the artwork tomorrow will be artwork on eBay, big time. So I'll let you guys know on Twitter, and I guess I'll do a video about it too. Nerf Clack says Medicare cares about nothing and no one. The only thing that brings him joy is shitting on others. He'll turn on anyone. That's true. It's all true. It doesn't mean he's not funny though. He is funny. Jack Frost, EVS, you are paving the way for a renaissance in comics and a bright new future free from SJW totalitarian control and thought policing. Thank you, thank you. No, we're all doing that. That's not just me. That's all of us together. Join this community, be a part of it, and that is what we are accomplishing, I think. Wow, 600 people in here almost. Yeah, Hal Jordan says, that was my Ed Sheeran tweet earlier today. Yeah, you're the guy who said that. But somebody else said it to me in a Yahoo chat or a YouTube chat for somebody else, like another. They said you look like Ed Sheeran's old brother or something. I was like, yeah, much older brother. Yeah. Zool, thank you for the super chat. If he doesn't already, Cyberfrog should use miniature cyberflies as drones. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Yeah. Landon Smith, thank you for the super chat. I want to see you draw this friggin' frog. I know I'm too caught up in talking to you guys. I think I'll film this instead. I'll probably film this. Ethan is going on to work his real dream job of working for a gambling website. Damn. I would. If you paid me enough, I would do that. I don't know. What does that pay? That was funny though. If anybody thought that was a real dream. Yeah, right. Loud Toilet, thank you for the super chat. Love your channel and Green Lantern work. Thank you so much. Mark says, video please, I don't have Twitter. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do a video review of the comic book. I'll show the original art and I'll announce that it's posted on eBay with a link in the description. Does that work for you guys? Yeah, hopefully. Okay. So with that, guys, I think I gotta go. Has it been an hour yet? Oh, it's been more than an hour. Yeah, I don't like to keep you guys for more than an hour. I really do appreciate everything. Thank you guys. Hi, Brent. Cecil's here. He's got his dream job right now, which is being on the High Council. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know why you're late. Keep us another hour. Oh, Marsupial Gamer, thank you for the huge super chat. Someone said you sounded like Owen Wilson, lol. Anyway, I removed all Patreon donations out of spite for Patreon, so I'll just donate more on super chats. Love Cyberfrog, can't wait for Jawbreakers. Thank you for that, I appreciate that. Yeah, and the Patreon donations, you can take those down anytime you want. That's just free money. It's like a free donation for me. Don't feel bad if you delete them. And I do appreciate super chats. Jesse N says, good night, Ethan. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. Nicholas Little Brother, thank you for the super chat. You guys, if you leave a super chat, you can read a comment or leave a comment, and I'm kind of obligated to read it unless it's really profane. In which case I won't. We want to keep this chat clean, and not deviant or what's the word, degenerate. Jesse N, thank you for the super chat. Talk to Geeks and Gamers. Okay. I've watched a couple of his videos and he recommended my channel. I really appreciated him. A lot of people came over from his recommendation. I would bring him on and we could talk about Star Wars. I just find world-class bullshitters to be funnier. I think Jeff is the funniest dude. He's hilarious. And he's the most normal out of this entire community. Like when we do when I watch his videos, I always just die laughing. And then when it's like me, Zach, Cecil, and Nurkish, like we're the weirdos and he's the normal one. I love the word degeneracy. I love it. I'm so glad that's back in vogue. Degenerate. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Thank you so much. So, all right. So tomorrow, eBay. Tuesday, World Class Bullshitters. We are, just in case you missed it, I think the Cyberfrog is. Good night, and new video will be up tomorrow morning.